And I remember being like, oh, that's weird. All of Beyonce's posts from Diddy's party are fucking gone, and any evidence of her being there are fucking gone.
You want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Amid facing a staggering amount of new sexual assault allegations, Sean Diddy Combs is prepping for the trial of his life and assembling his own version of a dream team to take on the federal prosecutors in his sex trafficking case.
Recently, shocking revelations have come to light about some of the biggest names in the industry. Names like Diddy, Jay-Z, Floyd Mayweather, Young Miami, and yes, even Beyonce. With Diddy now behind bars on a racketeering indictment, many are beginning to question the silence of his closest friends and collaborators, especially Jay-Z and Beyoncé. In this video, we dive deep into the dark side of Hollywood's elites and explore the allegations that link them to disturbing networks of abuse, betrayal, and cover-ups. Has Beyoncé finally broken her silence? Let's take a closer look. Recently, a TikToker sparked major curiosity after pointing out something strange: a social media blackout. All posts about Beyoncé attending a party hosted by Diddy have mysteriously disappeared. Could this be a deliberate attempt to scrub the internet clean of any connection between Queen Bee and Diddy during this pivotal moment in his court case?
Okay, and this is a 2013 blind item that was brought back again on March 4th about Beyonce, Jay-Z, Diddy, Kelly Rowland. In 2013, the Queen Bee and her husband attended a New Year's Eve party in Miami, which was being thrown by Mr. Freakoff. No one who was there has ever forgotten that night because she spent the entire night in the pool dancing into space. Her best friend, who recently starred in the Netflix movie, called for help, but she was ignored. It's like she was in a trance. By the way, so this is Beyonce and Jay-Z party into 2014 at Diddy's New Year's Eve bash. So you can Google that, Diddy's 2013, New Year's Eve bash, obviously bringing in 2014. And you can see in the articles how they had had linked Beyonce's Instagram account, and all of her posts from this 2013 party were removed when I initially reported on this blind item from my main account at the beginning of March. I just find that interesting. Do you guys see how all of these chips were kind of falling? This is why I'm also so pissed my main's not here anymore, because I had captured this all in real time. And I remember being like, oh, that's weird. All of Beyonce's posts from Diddy's party are fucking gone, and any evidence of her being there are fucking gone.
The TikToker didn't stop there. They also mentioned that other huge names like Floyd Mayweather and Young Miami were at the same party. Is there something going on behind the scenes? Something that these stars are trying to hide?
Because my main account is banned where all of my Diddy blind items from this month are, I'm just gonna do all the March 2024 Diddy blind items so we can see the lead up to this. Starting off March 1st, and this is Little Rodney Jones, Sean Diddy Combs, and this is the male victim that came forward. It's pretty easy to tell that whoever wrote the recent lawsuit against the wannabe rapper/producer reads this website on a pretty regular basis. They even use some of the same clues in their blind items. And I said before, and I'm saying again, no, that's because the blind item has been recording crimes that have been reported to them instead of the police for the past fucking 20 years. And they just corroborate the actual little crimes that, 3 homes got raided for today because of. Okay, this next one's also from March 1st. They call Diddy Mr. Freakoff. Mr. Freakoff isn't the only one who asked for straight men to be delivered to his hotel room when he is in London. Just ask the Unlocked blogger, and that's Jason Lee, and the weather boxer, Floyd Mayweather. This British rapper, and that's Giggs, and the socialite with the star in his name target dealers who want the extra cash, who are sure to be discreet because they have girlfriends. This is why the powerful rapper, and that's 50, is always mocking them, and why they're too afraid to say anything back. He's seen the videos. Okay. This is TD Jakes and Mr. Freakoff. Those closest to the televangelist warned him about being associated with Mr. Freakoff, but he did not listen. Some of the men who claim to have stories about his private life have given him the name General High Booty. So Mr. Freakoff is Diddy, General High Booty is TD Jakes. I'm sure you can do the math on how that got there, that nickname. Sorry guys, I'm flustered right now. Fucking this is huge. Young Miami, the girlfriend of the wannabe rapper who was also named in a very recent lawsuit, has started selling off all of her possessions online. This is from March 4th. It sounds like the wannabe rapper cut her off financially. So Diddy cuts his girlfriend Young Miami off on March 4th. You are almost exactly 20 days later. That's him Like I said, he was offloading all of his assets into offshore bank accounts, and with his mommy and with his kids, he didn't have any more cash in his bank accounts for young Miami to get. They were all in the Caymans.
The plot thickens when we bring up Ali Carter, a figure who has come forward with disturbing accusations. According to Carter, major celebrities like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy are involved in an alarming network of abuse. These allegations are nothing short of horrifying, and if true, they paint an entirely different picture of the music industry.
I don't know what happened. I was down there for a while. There's certain people that you don't talk about because you just don't. There were certain people that I seen down there, from Beyonce, Jay-Z. You don't tell on P. Diddy, but P. Diddy.
So you said you don't tell on these people. Is that like a code that all victims adhere to? They don't talk about this stuff?
Yes, you don't, because nobody's gonna believe you. You're nothing to them. You don't count. You're just a toy. You're not essential, as they call them. You're expendable. And as a child in that situation, I wasn't the type of person that was fighting all the time, because I started to learn.
Next, we turn to another voice of dissent, Jaguar Wright, known for exposing some of the music industry's most guarded secrets. She claimed that Jay-Z, Beyoncé's husband, was just as bad as Diddy. According to her, both men are monsters with dark histories of manipulation and control.
You've been called a whistleblower. You knew Sean Diddy Combs for a long time. You attended a number of his infamous parties. And in 2022, you made headlines after comments where you called him a sex trafficker. And in response, you were called crazy and jealous. Do you feel vindicated by the events of the last few weeks?
No, not at all. Because he's just the beginning. Until him and his cohorts are all held to account publicly and legally, the victims, they're not safe.
How bad was it?
That's what I care about. I care about the victims.
No, I understand. How bad was it, do you think, what was going on?
I'm going to tell you right now that me, as a woman who has been in the industry for over 30 years, I've been performing live since I was 13. My first handler was McKinley Horton. I come to find out 25 years later that a scar that was on his face with a very elaborate story he gave me was put there by a woman who he assaulted. To live through these things and hear your elders in the business, people like Patti LaBelle say, just avoid him, honey. And being taught to be just avoid him, honey. It's not good enough. Not when you live through these things, you're still suffering the PTSD created by all of this, and you're talking to a victim that's 20 years younger than you, and she's telling you the exact same thing that happened to you.
So
you want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
As Diddy faces serious charges of racketeering, his relationship with Jay-Z has come under even greater scrutiny. The two have been known to be close for years, with Jay-Z attending many of Diddy's notorious parties.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no...
In fact, their friendship is so deep that people are starting to wonder why Jay-Z hasn't spoken out about Diddy's arrest.
There's only one person. Go on. Then I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean. Okay. Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean. He's the only person who's Sean approved. There's not a single person that outside of family. That should be outside of my mother. Okay. That should be calling me. Yeah.
Now that Diddy is behind bars, it's impossible to ignore Jay-Z's silence. Is he worried that he too might be implicated? What did Jay-Z know about Diddy's activities, and how long has he been covering up the truth?
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch.
She pointed out something even more shocking: the connections between Diddy, Jay-Z, and other infamous figures like Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and R. Kelly.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice.
Recently, while arriving in places, Jay-Z seemed nervous, probably about being questioned about Diddy and why he's been avoiding the topic for so long.
Jay, your music saved my life, man. We're Sagittarius too, man. Thank you so much.
Jay-Z has already admitted that he often cheated on Beyoncé. It's very much possible that this happened in Diddy's freak-off parties, and that Diddy knew, even though he pretended not to.
As a close friend of Jay-Z, what was your reaction to him opening up about his infidelities in the Family Feud video?
Yeah. I mean, that's what music gives you the power to do. And I think that, you know, once you're ready to share it with your fans in the world, then nobody could judge it. You know, they have to accept what it is. And I thought it was dope.
Were you surprised?
No.
That he put it out there?
No, I wasn't. I was surprised about Lemonade, but I wasn't surprised about...
You were. Why were you surprised about Lemonade?
I mean, I just didn't see it coming. It was just like, I remember it was a Sunday, and it was just like, whoa.
Right. You didn't see the album coming, or you didn't see what was in it coming?
I didn't see anything. I think like the rest of the world, and I think it was genius. I think Beyonce did a great job, and she tackled something that a lot of women have had to go through, and also Jay on the other side, he did what he had to do. And most importantly, their families stayed tight and together, and they were able to weather the storm. And that's a shining example of a couple that stays together through the good and the bad.
As the allegations continue to pile up, we also have to consider the possibility that Beyoncé herself may have been involved in Diddy's infamous parties. Rapper DaBaby recounted an experience where he allegedly met Beyoncé at one of Diddy's gatherings. The secrecy surrounding these events raises eyebrows. To notice a troubling pattern, Jay-Z has been close to not one, but two major figures involved in sex trafficking and abuse scandals: R. Kelly and Diddy. Both men are now behind bars, yet Jay-Z remains unscathed. How has he managed to avoid the fallout?
With the association between Sean Carter and R. Kelly and Diddy and R. Kelly, how didn't those two men come up in the Me Too witch hunts? R. Kelly, which everyone already knew was guilty. Been guilty. Why is no one from Me Too had anything to say about the diddler? Or Jay-Z for that matter. And we all know what came from the Me Too movement, the documentaries about Harvey Weinstein and Surviving R. Kelly, which was spearheaded by Dream Hampton, who has been a pet of Sean Carter for many years. And I know he funded it.
Jay-Z's been very quiet lately.
He's quieter than a church mouse pissing on cock.
As the legal battles intensify, the public's demand for answers is growing. Diddy's case could blow the lid off Hollywood's darkest secrets, and all eyes are now on Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Will Beyoncé finally break her silence on her connections to Diddy and the Hollywood elite, or will she continue to stay quiet, protecting her empire from potential scandal?
I'm joined now by criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Florina Altschuyler. Now, Florina, I really appreciate you joining me today. Diddy has hired some pretty heavy hitters to join his defense team. Is it significant to you at all that he added a well-established death penalty attorney to his case, that being Anthony Rico?
Certainly, he's not charged with any crimes that expose him to the death penalty. But anytime anybody is charged with a crime, especially somebody with significant money, they're going to hire established attorneys with experience, and they're going to hire a team of attorneys.
And he also added Sam Bankman-Fried's attorney, that being Alexandra Shapiro. What do you make of that addition to his team, given she's still representing Sam Bankman-Fried and he's reportedly housed in the same unit as Diddy?
You know, that's actually not all that surprising. Oftentimes, defendants will speak to other defendants. They'll have exposure to other defendants while in custody, and will sometimes, by recommendation of other defendants, hire an attorney that is representing one of them. I've many times seen clients hire the same attorney as somebody else that's in the same cell block with them, just because of references. It's not much different than how people find their estheticians or their physicians or pick the gyms that they go to. It's by word of mouth.
And just looking through their bios, they all have very well-established careers, each in their own right, of defending clients accused from different ranges: assault, sex crimes, white-collar crimes, death penalty cases, etc. But in your opinion, what will make Diddy's case different in terms of defending?
The biggest issue with his case is the number of alleged victims that are coming forward.
Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: these allegations are not going away. The world is watching, and the truth, whatever it may be, will eventually come to light. That's it for now. Don't forget to tell us what you think in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.